Hello, welcome to this episode of the official podcast. I'm extremely goddamn sleepy because I didn't sleep very much last night, so I'm screaming aloud, alert, awake, and doing the intro to wake the fuck up. Jackson, start.
Hello, I'm Jackson. I really appreciate you guys in the audience. Going to start things off
Jackson, stop.
with a bit of positivity. No,
Jackson,
they need
Kaya,
to know
start.
I like them.
Jackson, stop. Kaya, start.
Hi, I also like
Kaya,
you sometimes.
Stop. Me, start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the official podcast. Jackson, I liked your intro. Go back to it.
Okay, hi guys, it's me again. Still like you. Very positive over here. Very happy. The feedback for the last two episodes has been good. People like the positivity, so I thought I'd start this episode with a little smile on my face, which is a pretty positive way to start things. But also, I didn't bring anything. I didn't bring any new games or ideas. So I'm just hoping we can get through this week with a smile on our face still by the end of it. Over to you, Andrew.
All right, you want me to start my open topic because it's kind of a rehash of a previous one, but things have shifted a bit now, just a little bit.
Are you smiling though? Are you?
Oh, no, it's about
positively.
It's about something that pisses me off.
Fuck!
The classic, the go-to, the golden standard of this show.
We lasted 2 minutes.
All right, so here's the thing. It's like a rehashing of a topic we've brought before and I've brought before. We thought was funny, but things have evolved. Things have reached a new level of me just hating America, hating this country, hating our cultural standards. So I was at a restaurant, and it was one of those restaurants where, you know, they have a bunch of TVs around and they just put on whatever. That one's the news. That one's a sports game. That one is like the local channel playing Friends reruns or Seinfeld or some shit, whatever. And one of the channels on one of the TVs was a movie channel. So maybe
love movies.
Maybe AMC, IFC. Very clearly a regular basic cable TV channel because it had commercials. Keep in mind, had commercials, so airing on regular TV, but a movie channel. Turner Classic Movies, what the fuck ever. You know those channels that just marathon movies back to back to back. Sometimes they get desperate for programming. They'll air every Die Hard movie and then just air them all again. You know what I'm talking about.
This is positive. All the Die Hard movies back to back.
No, it's not. Okay. So the movie they were playing was one of, and I'm going to guess it's because a new one came out, one of the Final Destination movies. You guys familiar with that?
There is a new one that came out. Yeah.
There's a new one that came out. I don't care that much, but I know
You don't like Final Destination?
I appreciate the premise. I think they're goofy.
I think it's
and
fun.
Silly. Yeah,
The first one is fun.
It's dumb fun. It's just like
look, I'm not hating on the movies. It's not the point of the story. They're fine. They appeal to people. I get it. Okay. So probably because there's a new one coming out, this channel was airing all the movies. And I think they were airing the second one. I don't know specifically which one it was. But the premise was, for those of you who have not seen these movies, it's kind of the same premise every movie. Someone has a premonition.
Premonition.
Yeah. They have a premonition of a disaster, like a plane blowing up or a roller coaster exploding.
Yeah.
Everything
was
explodes
the second
in these movies.
Was the second one
reason.
the plane one, or was the first one the plane one?
The first was the plane one. I think this was the
There's a
second
roller coaster
one.
one. There's a roller coaster one.
The
and then
roller
there's a
coaster is
car
the third one. The roller coaster is the third one. I think this was the second one. I don't know because it was halfway through the movie and I was just trying to remember. Oh, which one is this? I don't remember. But the point of these movies is someone has a premonition. It's a big disaster. People die, and they use the premonition to prevent the accident. Like, oh my God, there's a highway pile up and everyone dies. I'm gonna stop traffic.
That one, the one with the logs in the back of the truck.
Yeah. So for the people who haven't seen it, they use the key point is that they use that premonition to stop a big disaster. And then the rest of the movie is, well, those people were fated to die. So they die in like comical, over the top, usually very preventable and stupid accidents. And that's kind of
God's
the fun
a bit
of
a prankster. God loves to prank people.
Yeah. Very comedy of errors like, oh, look out, you're going to slip on that banana peel. And then they don't slip on the banana peel, but it turns out that another person slips on it and drops their giant tray of acid that lands on them. And it's like, haha, you didn't see that coming. That kind of movie.
I think there's a classic one. If I recall correctly, there's a classic one where like two high school like cheerleaders get stuck in tanning booths.
And then the movies are done because they cut to a shot of them having a funeral together, even though they're not related, I don't think.
It's like it's
My favorite. I was rewatching the movies recently, and the weirdest part about those is like you can really tell the era the movie was made in because So those two girls during that tanning bed salon scene, they take their tops off, and it's a topless scene where both of their tits are out, and they burn to death during that scene. And then immediately the next scene, during the funeral, one of the characters makes sure to mention that they were canonically underage. He goes like, they don't even get to see 18 years of age. What a sick world. I was like,
boy.
why are you pointing that out?
Yeah, wait. So you saw... I don't remember that. Do you see full tits, and then they're like
full
they
tits.
were underage, by the way. What?
And he looks at the camera and he winks and he goes, yeah.
They do the Riverdale thing where they obviously cast like 40-year-old
of
women
course.
to play the
Yeah.
17-year-olds. It was funny to me that the immediate scene after, the writers went out of their way to have a character point out that they were canonically 17 in the in the movie when they died with their tits out.
Right. So, okay, those are all fun and amusing, but I'm going a different direction with this. So, I'm side-eyeing this movie. This is the thing I always do. I've talked about this a million times on the show. If I'm at a bar, if I'm at a restaurant, I will always look at what's on the TVs. I can't help it. I always do. There is a scene in that movie where one of the guys who's fated to die is in a car accident. And the engine of the truck that hits him from behind, he gets rear-ended really hard, flies out of the truck and caves his skull in. Okay? And I'm watching this TV, and this is a basic cable movie. They show everything. Everything. His skull explodes. There's blood and brains dripping out of it. He is dead. There is fucking viscera and gore everywhere in his little sports car that gets crushed. He slumps over comedically. It is horrifically violent.
Did he survive?
He was okay. Now, here's where I'm going with this. Later in the same movie, same channel, same movie, there is a photo taken at a party, and the girl in the photo is giving the camera the middle finger, and they blur the middle finger. What the fuck?
That's offensive.
I put my hands on the head and was like, this is not reality. They showed a man losing every piece of his gray matter in a horribly realistic car accident.
Well,
fucking like you took a fire hose of blood and sprayed it over a Corvette.
That's also
but they
just
can't
the
show
entire
a middle finger.
It's the entire content of the movie as well. Is that like that scene of that guy's head exploding from the engine block of a car? It's that scene over and over again for the entire duration of the movie. Why even put that on your channel if censorship is a thing?
I couldn't fucking believe what I was seeing. Every death, everything. Other people die throughout the movie in horrible ways like that. A guy gets cut in half by a billboard. They showed his cut in half twitching body with all the fucking organs spilling out. Uncensored, fully visible. But the instant they pull out a middle finger, it's a big blurry box on the screen.
A middle finger isn't even that
embarrassing.
offensive anymore. It's because it's such a joke anyway. Like what's offensive
that was my
about it?
point. Like, how are you allowed, and how are people not offended by this generally trying to be shocking content, but you can't show someone putting their middle finger up? What's the standard here anymore? It makes no sense.
Well, it's also like I would just definitely assume that the tits would be censored from the tanning booth one.
Yeah,
Even though
and
showing
that's
them
another
roast
one,
alive.
you know. Now it is kind of weird if what Kai is saying is true, where it is a little underage. Like that's weird and stupid.
I'm just talking
but-
about
There is no
nudity in
if. Go
general.
watch the movie. I don't remember if it's the first or the second, but one of those. Whichever one has
Did you
the two
watch-
high school girls.
Did you watch the Brian Singer
I
cut?
think the third one is it's not important. The point is let's say they were adults. Let's say they were college kids. They were 22-year-olds. They would still probably blur their tits and them doing middle fingers. And maybe if they kissed, they'd cut it out of the movie. But they would absolutely show them getting burned alive. No questions. Wouldn't care. It's amazing to me how double standard censorship laws in America are. It's utterly
really
insane.
Doesn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah.
Just like in terms of rationalization, Kaya is the king of rationalization. Does it make sense to you?
No, in general, I really don't like TV censorship at all. It ruins. Like, I was looking up. You guys remember when we were talking about that lady that VCR'd every TV show for like 50 years?
Yeah.
I wish she had lived in Turkey because I was trying to look up an old sitcom I used to watch as a child in Turkey. and you can still find like an episode or two here or there. But when I put it on, they censor like a man holding a cigar, and the whole hand is just censored, which looks weird as fuck because it's like blurry, not even like
So it looks like he's holding like a decapitated penis or something.
Basically, yeah, and you can tell that that's not how they filmed it, and that's clearly not how it aired originally at the time when it was filmed, which would have been like 1999. But then at some point in Turkey, they must have passed some sort of like, you may not show tobacco law on TV, right? So they had to retroactively like censor past sitcoms to where now in 2025, I can't even look up this original TV show the way it aired. I have to watch it with like super awkward censorship added on top of it. So yeah, don't even show it at that point. What Andrew's saying is
see, I'm okay with it when it is artistic or like done in a way where you obviously still get the gist of it. So they're posting in chat right now an example I was going to bring up. In Japan, underage smoking is seen as really, really bad. It's very, very taboo. It's like, oh, don't show that. So in a lot of animes, if someone is smoking and they're like a high schooler, because God knows how many high schoolers are in anime, they just black it out or find ways to creatively censor it. You still get what's happening. You don't lose out on understanding the scene, but, you know, it's censored. Whereas in American censorship, they put this giant blur square on the screen. And it's like, you still know what is there, you know what's behind it, but it's so much more distracting. So much more
my argument
disorienting.
My argument there is in the Japan example, like, yeah, it is artistically more interesting than just putting a giant, you know, mosaic censorship bar over something. But at that point, what's the point? Because you can still clearly see he's smoking a cigarette. Like, why not just not censor it?
And see, yeah, I do get, well, what's the point? And you could ask that about a lot of modern day censorship, but I'd still rather have it be looser than harsher, you know?
Well, I do want to just throw it out there that I don't like censorship in media at all. Like, I would prefer it just to be shown. But also that example with Final Destination is a bit different. I'm wondering if it was like a free to air public TV edit of the movie. I'm assuming it was, because I doubt that was censored.
Gore. It's just so odd to me.
Yeah, that is odd. Still odd. Yeah, why show that in public?
I know for a fact it was a regular TV channel because I would look up occasionally and they'd be advertising like fucking Tide dishwasher detergent or insurance. Like, it was playing regular mainstream
so it was
TV
showing
commercials.
On a channel. Yeah, so it's a channel edit or whatever.
It was very clearly a TV broadcast.
Yeah, but then why?
It.
So yeah, they're adhering to, like, what's it called? Is it FTC? What the fuck is
FCC, Federal Communications Company? I believe.
Regardless, they're adhering to the like FCC guidelines or whatever standards and rules and regulations to do with what you're allowed to broadcast on TV, which is why they censor that. But then, yeah, to Kai's point, like, how the fuck does that pass, or how does that not pass?
Well, here's a better point. Don't show that movie.
Yeah.
Just it's not appropriate. It's just not.
That's what I was gonna say. I would much rather have an all or nothing, like the sitcom I mentioned. Okay, if you're gonna just censor, if the only version available is gonna be the one you bastardized to where it just looks ridiculous, okay, just get rid of it entirely. Or like books. Like, you guys remember there was a whole hoopla about Dr. Seuss books being edited retroactively, where they would remove certain offensive things of like Dr. Seuss writing about a woman being too fat. They will like change the word to be plump. At that point, I'd rather you just ban the fucking book, because at least then I can still torrent it and find it. Whereas now I have to wade through the edited, bastardized, censored versions of it to find the original. I'd rather you just get rid of it. Just don't show the fucking
that's what I was
gore
gonna
movie
ask.
on your bar TV then.
I was going to ask you guys the hypothetical. Would you rather that they just censor these things, or would you rather them fully ban the things?
I think in this day and age, especially, you shouldn't bother showing it, because for speaking for myself and most people I know, I'm not going to watch it that way. You know, I don't watch television often, and if I do, if that came on, it would just signal to me, oh, I should go watch the unedited version, not this piece of shit. You know,
and then you don't have to deal with that frustrating thing that happens when you put on a song on Spotify, like an Eminem song, and then halfway through it you realize, wait, oh, this one is censored. They removed all like every second word, and you look at the thing and it's like a radio edit, and you go, why the fuck is this on my app? I'd rather you just not put it on there, so the next time I actually do look up a song, I can get the real version.
Yeah, I love radio edits.
Yeah,
of songs
I was gonna say
radio edits.
Radio edits can be an exception when they make a specific radio edit and turn it into a different song. I think those can be fun, can be worth it.
I don't mean like in terms of
words.
length or the mix itself. I mean like when they remove the words to make it like child friendly, so they can play the song in retail stores and shit.
Yeah.
Literally
Some of those are good. Some of those are good. So, for example, Eminem and D12 had Purple Hills, which was, a lot of people don't know, the radio edit where it's actually a song about substances, but the fucking chorus is very motivating. It's like, I've been so many places, I've seen so many faces. That's the radio edit. A lot of people don't know the actual song is called Purple Pills, and the entirety about it is about drug abuse and just doing drugs. And none of that motivational shit.
Positive version. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, so that was something that happened to me recently. I just, I've complained about it on Hannibal, the TV show, where they had to fill in nude models' butt cracks and not film them from the waist down because of the nudity complaints, but they could cover them in gore and viscera in a Hannibal torture dungeon. It's like, okay, nudity in a lot of context, I get it. They don't want to, but I can't believe we're now at the point where a middle finger is considered worse than a dude's head exploding in the inside of his car.
Do you guys have content like, what's the word, guidelines over there, as in like all of our DVDs and stuff come with, parental advisory things on them where it says like MA or R-rated or
what do you mean, do you
PG?
have them? Yeah. Like,
yeah,
probably. I mean, do we have them?
Yeah, I'm asking if Americans have them.
Yeah, of course. Like PG-13 and parental advisory.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
didn't that start because of Mortal Kombat?
Probably, yeah. That does sound right.
That would be the ESRB, which started in part because of Mortal Kombat, specifically the video game one. The movies had ratings longer than that, but Mortal Kombat back in the day was the one that spurred politicians to be like, why don't we rate video games too? This is ridiculous. And then
it does need to be more consistent. So the level of violence in Final Destination should earn your movie like automatically like an MA, in my opinion. Mature audiences, 15 plus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that. But then also like giving the middle finger should be available in like PG. That's like a PG thing for me. Like a middle finger. I don't care about that. It's like 12-year-old and up.
It's nothing. And that's my point. If she was swearing and they were hard swears, like if she was like, fuck you, and they wanted to bleep it or mute it, okay, I get it. But it's a middle finger. How bad could anyone find it?
Blurring the middle finger to make it go from MA to PG or whatever, that doesn't work because you're still seeing, like, you still know it's a middle finger. It's just censorship like that doesn't work for me. It's just so useless and so stupid. Because if a kid is watching that, and they shouldn't be watching this in the first place, so I don't know why you're even censoring it in the first place. If they see the censored middle finger, they're going to be like, "What was that?" I'll ask my dad, and then the dad goes, "It's a middle finger." People do it when they're angry at other people. Like, it's so useless.
And and that's the other thing too. I can't imagine the audience that would watch that movie ever being offended by that, because people who sit down and want to watch that movie, or within the first 10 minutes and discover what it's about, are any of them going to be offended by a middle finger that want to watch big, dumb, fucking horror tragedy comedies? Is
anyone ever offended by a middle finger? This is like something from the 1800s, I feel like, middle fingers.
But see, I feel like if you're trying to make it a wide audience thing where it's like, okay, we have to follow censorship guidelines. We don't want grandma seeing a middle finger. I don't think grandma's going to watch Final Destination 2. That's my point. I don't think she would watch more than 2 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, again,
so
I'm just imagining the person who sits here and watches the entire movie, and then as soon as the middle finger showing up, they're like, my God.
Call it in and report it, yeah. Screaming on the phone.
That person doesn't exist. That's like, there has to be a level of common sense with this, surely.
I wish there was.
You're wrong.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's so stupid. But also, this was in a public restaurant, Andrew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This was a normal, family-friendly restaurant. Nothing wrong with it.
What time? What the fuck?
I think it was dinner time too. It was like 7 o'clock.
So, like, there were kids about.
There weren't any kids in the restaurant, but there very well could have been easily. which is another
was
point,
it like a sports bar? What the fuck? Yeah, I don't understand. Like,
basically
why
kind
this
of
is being shown
a
in a
sports bar,
restaurant?
you know, like they have like 40 TVs and just kind of put them on the random channels. Like you could tell none of the staff knew that this was on. You know, they weren't paying attention. But very easily, and that's my other point, you know, if your whole point is, well, we want to make sure that if people see this, we get rid of objectionable stuff. If kids watch this channel on accident, I'm not going to care about them seeing the middle finger. I'm going to care about the nightmares they're going to have for 6 months, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not a kid's movie.
Not even close.
Well, I think to be fair, I did watch Final Destination when I was like 12, maybe 13.
Me too.
And I'm fine.
Like, yeah, for that age. But I think if like a 7 or 8 year old saw it, they would absolutely be horrified by it.
Yeah. I remember one of my first girlfriends when I was like, I don't know, 13, 14, like had a younger brother, like a very young brother, like 6 years old. And we were kind of looking after him, and I was playing a video game. And this just shows like my level of disconnect of what's normal and what's not. It was like a child's game, but there were like scary elements in it, I guess. Like it was like a platformer, and there were like some dark levels and you know, generic monsters. And obviously you don't think about that at all when you're like 14 or an adult or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But then apparently the kid got so scared of those scenes that they couldn't sleep that night. And I felt so fucking bad. Like, because there was no indication that like this wasn't appropriate for this kid to, you know, see, basically. And yet it still had such a like deep impact on them that day anyway. I don't know if it had a lasting impact, but still, you know, you don't know what kind of effect content has. Because it changes his entire life.
I used to be a wee scaredy baby as a kid when I was like 6 or 7, like not super young, but young kid. Like everything scared me super easy. If anything had like
movies,
a dark
like
tone
horror
or
movies
shit.
did for sure. Like my brother loved watching horror movies when we were like 6 to 8 or whatever.
I went to a sleepover. Yeah, I went to a sleepover and they watched Halloween and Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
And it was as like a kid, it was like weird. It was like I could watch it and I'd be like, that was so cool. But then later that night I'd be shivering in my bed like, oh, Jason Voorhees is gonna kill me. Oh, he's gonna kill me. I wish I did not get to sleep until like 4 hours after bedtime at that sleepover because I was so goddamn afraid that Michael Myers was gonna kick in the window and kill me.
Yeah, but then at the same time, like to go along with my story, I wouldn't have been scared of like basic platforming games, for example, with dark levels and scary monsters. Mm-hmm. If you would even call them scary monsters, they weren't. But to a kid,
I think the main point is if the entire point of the censorship is to protect people like that, impressionable people or whatever, it's amazing where the lines are drawn on what they think will be the problem. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's subjective at the end of the day. Like I'm saying, we don't really have a determinate answer of what affects each person the most.
What we should do is, and the FCC should update their guidelines for this, is when a movie like that plays on, like a Final Destination or a Friday the 13th, whenever someone's getting killed, we should mosaic blur it and dub in a voice actor going, "It's okay, I'm fine. It's all right.
I beat the Final Destination curse. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving the movie now. Goodbye. Good luck. I'm cured."
Speaking of that, if you were in the Final Destination situation, what would you do? Like, I think I would just kind of kill myself peacefully. Like,
I would never believe it. I would never, ever, ever, ever believe it. You could try everything to convince me.
I would rather just do it on my own terms than dying in the most horrific way possible, like a motor engine block randomly smashing into my head.
It's pretty fast.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah, but it's gruesome. I don't want people finding my body like that. What was
the solution? I swear to God, I've seen these movies like 2 weeks ago and I remember nothing. They're all the same.
From what I remember loftily, you have to provide life to beat death. And one of the ways they beat it in one of the movies is they go to a hospital ward and help a woman give birth, and that breaks the curse, I think.
No, it doesn't. Because that was the whole plot twist, was at the end they go, oh, wait, this baby was meant to be born anyway, so we didn't defeat death at all. I think the solution was that you have to kill or like save somebody's life so the order is out of whack.
Yeah, it's something to do with the order.
It went in order, right?
I thought you have to like break the cycle, like break the order of the death engine or whatever the fuck you would call it.
The last 60 seconds of every single movie then is, oh, the guy died anyway because death cannot be stopped, and we're trying to set this up for another movie. So it's just
none of it ever works. I think the whole point of the whole series is there's always at the end the last one dies anyway.
The people die in order of where they would have been during the accident, for example. So in the plane, it's like whoever's closest to the explosion first is the people that die first, and then so on throughout the rest of the plane. So I think the logic is kill the person at the end or something. You've broken the order, and then death can't compute or something, can't figure out how to order it. So.
He's standing on the Shadow Realm edge going, "Oh, darn it, darn it, darn it. Ah,
It doesn't make sense anymore.
Fuck, I can't do it now."
Fun movies.
Very
They're
stupid.
fun for like one or two, yeah, but then it gets very samey. You're like, by the third one, you go, okay, I get it. It's like, you turn it off halfway through.
They get a little too ridiculous as well. Like the comedy of errors stuff, I applaud it, where it's kind of like, okay, so he pushed the button that turned this, that made this fly around the house, that hit this light switch, that broke this glass. It's like, okay, that's cute.
Yeah,
but
they get creative sometimes, which is fun.
But by the fifth movie, I remember this scene. They have a woman doing gymnastics, and she gets chalk in her eyes because someone drops a bag of chalk, and she goes, whoops, and then she falls, but explodes. Like her body literally blows up like someone put a bomb in it. And it's like, that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
But it's fun. It doesn't, I mean, the entire movie doesn't make sense. I'm able to suspend my disbelief.
You can't go by that logic, because then what if someone sneezes too hard and their brain explodes and they die? Like, that's how the movies operate.
Their time was up.
Okay,
fair.
But,
okay, so all right, Saw vs. Final Destination.
Oh, Saw wins.
I think it's like the same thing though. I only really like the first Saw movie, and then it's like the same thing over and over again.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Don't be a stupid man who's dumb with rocks in his head. The second movie is also great. It's the third movie when they get really shitty.
Okay, well, you can say Final Destination 1 and 2 are both great, I would say.
No, because none of those movies are good. They're just enjoyable. Saw 1 and 2 are genuinely great mystery movies. Like, if you removed all the horror stuff from Saw, I think the second one is still good. I still like it. It has problems.
It starts getting silly.
Yeah, but okay, here's my main point. If you take all the horror elements out of Saw and just make them like dark detective movies, they're still watchable, especially the first one. Whereas Final Destination, if you remove the goofy deaths, you have nothing. You really just don't have a movie.
Yeah, Saw is probably better, but I'm just talking in terms of like gratuitous violence. They're like functionally the same, in my opinion. Like you're getting the same experience of people dying horrifically.
Saw's literally just torture porn at some point.
Yeah.
Created the genre.
That's probably why I don't like the newer ones, because with the first one and the second one, I watched them with an actual lens of, oh, this is fun. There's like a dumb twist. This is cool. And then the third movie and beyond, it's like, okay, this is pointless.
There's some story elements, some character elements there that are at least relatively interesting. Definitely more so than like Final Destination. But then again, like immediately, I would say even in Saw 2, it kind of like jumps the shark.
I like the second one. I think the second one is good. I think the third one is when it gets like gratuitous and fucking overdoing itself. Yeah. I don't know. I like the story of the second one. I like how it makes it a group thing. You know what? I know why. We're back to bottle movies. We're fucking back to my love of like Squid Game and all that kind of shit, where groups of people have to do stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Probably.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But still, there's like 100 of them and most of them are bad.
Yeah.
Especially the new ones.
Most horror movies, just as a genre, you're never going to have something truly good. You're always grading on a curve of like, yeah, for a horror movie, it's good.
And it's funny how horror movies always give up after the first one, and I don't know why, because they make money and they're popular, but the first one is usually the one where people like it, and then after that it's just kind of, oh, you're just watching it to watch it, you know?
What is a horror movie that actually like improved in the sequel? Is there a horror movie? Someone said Aliens.
Aliens is okay as a franchise.
Aliens over Alien is kind of taste, because they're very different movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's boy howdy.
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
I can't think of any.
Terminator is not a horror movie.
I was about to say Terminator if you count it as a horror
It's not
movie,
a
but I
horror
really
movie.
don't.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's an Arnie movie. Come on, that's not horror.
Yeah. And again, we're back to the first one and the second one are very different. The first one is like a thriller chase movie, and the second one is like a big action over the top chase movie. Like they're very tonally different.
I cannot think of a single one.
I can't either. Shit.
What's the
genre
horror?
just sucks.
The famous horror movie that's set in the lake. What's the lake one with the campers?
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. I remember that the first movie, the reveal is like it's his mum that's killing everyone.
Yes.
And then the second one is actually when they introduce Jason. So maybe that. But
so at
I don't know.
at the end of the first movie, he comes back as a zombie in a cliffhanger. And then from then on, it is Jason going around killing dudes. But even then, like,
Halloween, maybe?
No, dude, I'm far from it. The first Halloween is an unironically good movie, and then the rest are fucking horrible.
I thought the
Someone
Halloween
said
2 was
Hellraiser
also
2, but Hellraiser just gets worse and worse and worse, unfortunately.
And that only counts if you like Hellraiser, which is a very small group of people.
Hey, I like the first one. And honestly, the Hulu reboots, I forget about it, but that was also acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
The effects were
Fuck.
cool, some of them.
What the fuck? Why can't we think of a single horror movie that
Yeah.
improved?
Because
It's
there
kind
aren't
of
any. The
insane.
genre sucks. Like, it doesn't really work because you have to be literally 8 years old for it to be actually scary. If you're an adult or anyone older than 10, it's just not.
I'm gonna ask a question for you guys, and you can answer. The Purge, did that get
Was that a
better?
question?
'Cause
No.
I know they go much bigger scale, but I've only seen the first one, and even then, I barely remember it.
I don't think it got good.
I don't think so.
No. Oh,
Huh.
I do remember. The last one sucked.
Okay,
Does anyone remember The Conjuring? Was The Conjuring 1 or 2 better?
is that the one where the woman runs with the picture frame on her face, and I laughed really, really, really hard?
Probably.
Is it The Conjuring? Jack can help us out. There's a horror movie from like Blumhouse, and it's one of their like franchises. And a dude and a woman go in a basement. I think it is one of the Conjuring movies. And they're like looking around like there's a ghost in here. It feels fucking scary. And they're like following this weird entity around the ghost, and then it possesses a painting. And the painting turns into a full-grown adult, except they hold the painting in front of their face and run at the fucking camera. And it looks really, really, really stupid and not scary. And people said that movie was good.
It looks dumb.
Yeah, and people said the movie was really good, and I could not stop laughing. It's the cheapest effect I've ever seen in a horror movie.
I'm looking at a list now of popular horror movie sequels. 10 Cloverfield Lane compared to the Cloverfield 1. Maybe.
Cloverfield? Is that a horror movie? It was more a survival
Jesus.
movie.
No, the original Cloverfield's definitely a horror. Well, it's meant to be a horror movie.
It's not scary, though. It's like a survival movie.
No, the Lane one was good horror. Or at least,
Yeah.
like,
That's what I'm saying.
where they're in the bunker, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Lane
The
is a
Bunker, it's
sequel,
more
keep in
psychological
mind.
horror. Huh?
Yeah, that one was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that's what we're saying. So the original
But the first one was a
Cloverfield.
good movie, right?
Well, you're saying it's not a horror movie though, so maybe it wasn't good.
I don't. This is so weird.
If that's the case, if we're going to say that 10 Cloverfield Lane is a sequel to Cloverfield, which I guess it is kind of, but it's also just it's
Yeah.
more of a spin-off in my opinion. But regardless, let's say it's a sequel, then I think it is a scarier horror movie than the original Cloverfield was. So maybe that.
I don't know.
It's hard.
It is.
Yeah. I got
Fuck.
nothing.
Kaya's got a list. Scroll like to the bottom. That would probably be the better ones. Kaya's got like a list here of
Yeah, but
Horror
they don't really
movies.
have Predator movies? I don't know.
fuck right off. You're never making a better
No.
sequel than the first Predator movie. Never gonna happen. Yeah, see, this is hard.
Yeah, I don't. This is just a general list. I don't think these are sequels at all.
Yeah. Let us know.
Every photo of these movies, and I mean every photo except that one you just showed, is a woman standing by herself in an avant-garde background. Did you notice that? Look, see, there's
Yeah,
one.
a lot of them
There's
are.
one.
The menu was fun.
Yeah.
The menu has Ralph.
Oh, I
Fiennes
love
in
the
it.
menu. Yeah. You didn't like the
Corny
menu?
and stupid.
It's not really a horror movie, but it's still good.
big man. I'm wiggling my fingers back and forth. Big man on the menu. I
And then
remember
they
you
had
talked
the
about it.
pick here with Nope from 2022, which was so bad I had to turn it off midway through. It was actually torturous how boring and bad that was.
Why don't you like the menu? I thought the menu was
All right,
great.
I'm going to crack my fingers here. The Menu is the most predictable bottle movie of all time ever. The instant there's a dark implication to everything, which is when you notice all the customers are shitty, you can predict the entire plot of the movie from start to finish, which is what I did. I watched it with 3 friends. I told them everything that was going to happen, and I was absolutely correct with everything except one point, which is there's a mirrored room house of the restaurant, and that never, ever, ever comes up again in the rest of the movie. They just have it to have it.
Although I'm assuming that's where they planned.
The way that it's shot is very predictable. The chef comes up and he goes, "This is my assistant, and he longs to be me." And I go, "He's going to kill himself. He's tried so hard to make something of his life. He's going to kill himself. But now he has one final dish for you called the mess. He's going to kill himself." That's the whole movie. They set up everything so obviously, and it's just like,
I didn't get the impression that it was trying to be unpredictable.
Then what's the movie trying to be?
Does every movie have to be unpredictable?
It's weird, I guess.
If it's a bottle movie and the whole point is hitting audience expectations, then yeah.
Well, wait. What is a bottle movie? First of all, is it just a group dynamic?
A bottle movie is when you confine most things to a singular set or individual location, and the entirety of the film hinges on premise, dialogue, and character interaction. So The Menu is a bottle movie. Everyone's stuck in that restaurant the entire movie, and the whole point is what happens. Yeah, what happens in the restaurant. And the problem is that if you just, I don't know, if you like the genre like I do, it's nothing new. It's nothing interesting. I think it caught on because it was a attention grabbing of that kind of movie. Like it hit mainstream for people who haven't seen those kind of movies. But
I enjoyed it, and I like bottle movies, I guess, as well. Like, of course, 12 Angry Men, I would say sounds like
12 Angry Men is a bottle movie.
Definition.
And that's a phenomenal one.
Yeah, of course. I'm also just, I don't believe personally that it needs to be unpredictable. Like, I think that my enjoyment from 12 Angry Men didn't come from any necessary twists or turns or anything like that. It was more so in the character exploration of each of the 12 jurors in that movie, for example.
Now, you just disproved your own point, though, because the entire point of 12 Angry Men is that you're revealing twists of the characters. Oh, that guy's actually racist. Oh, that guy actually has a bad relationship with his son. Oh, that guy actually saw this.
Yeah, but that guy being
mystery
racist,
that we're solving.
That guy being racist, for example, was just about as predictable as any of the character developments in The Menu. Like, there wasn't anything really unpredictable in 12 Angry Men.
Fully disagree. Because it comes out through his dialogue and through his actions. And in fact, the protagonist has to pull it out of him. He eventually, in 12 Angry Men, has a moment where he's giving a passionate monologue, and I don't remember the exact dialogue, but at the end of it, he's like, "We can't let those people get away with it." And that's when the entire mood shifts and the room turns on him, even though he had supporters before. Meanwhile, in The Mess, these guys are sitting at a table and they go, "Do you know who our boss is?" The fucking Menu. Meanwhile, in The Menu, they go, "Do you know who our boss is? Our boss is really important. Our boss is a big, important guy. We're having this dinner because of our generous boss." And then they reveal that they kidnapped their boss, and everyone's like, "Oh no!" And it's all right, cool, I guess.
No one was like, "Oh no, what a twist!" Though, I really don't think that they weren't trying to present it as a twist. I don't think.
I believe the movie was a critique on American food culture of how we dine in excess and don't appreciate it. And
without the need for twists or anything. I don't think it. I'm not saying it was subtle or it wasn't. It was just a critique of something that exists, done in a fairly, predictable way. But I don't think it diminished my enjoyment of the movie. I still enjoyed watching the events play out.
Fine, and you can giggle and clap your hands, but I need more from my movies.
That's fine as well.
And it didn't have the substance that I wanted from that kind of movie. At the end of the movie, spoilers for The Menu, everyone except the protagonist goes, "Oh, we should all die because we suck." But they don't get into it. The guy just kind of stands there and says, "You all suck. You should all die." And they sort of fight back. And he goes, "Well, if you don't agree with me, then why aren't you fighting back?" And there's no discussion beyond that. They just all go, "Oh, yeah, he's got a point. Let's all sit here and die." You know what I mean? It just felt like they had ideas but don't execute or go through with them. They just kind of do them. Does that
I
make
need to
sense?
rewatch it then. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but again, I enjoyed it. I know that I enjoyed it. I watched it on a plane though, so maybe that impacted it. Maybe I was drunk on the alcohol from the plane or something like that.
No,
Drinks.
Look, it's not a bad movie. I just found it disappointing, but it's not bad. You know.
Fair enough. Speaking of it though, have you seen The Substance?
No, but I read the Wikipedia to see if I wanted to watch it, and I was kind of like, maybe, but I didn't.
Oh wait, you're not a fan of body horror, are you?
Nah, not really. It's not my thing.
Yeah. Well, it probably wouldn't be as effective for you then.
Mhm.
But yeah, people love that movie. I haven't watched it yet.
Mhm. I heard nothing but good things.
Yeah. Apparently it's really good. But see, if you go in reading the Wikipedia of every movie, you're going to go in there being like, that was predictable because you read it.
Yeah, that's what I did with the menu. I read the whole Wikipedia and said, I've got it. I know every twist.
Just so you can go into the room with
Um,
your friends and predict, in quotation marks, every single thing that happens.
And then I tipped my glasses and went, I saw that coming. And then I'm furiously checking the notes on my phone for what comes next. No, with movies like that, where it's like up in the air, I read the first like line to see kind of where it's going. And if I wanted to. The Substance, I was kind of like, maybe.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Have you, all right, here's a question. Is there a movie that has had a profound impact on you guys due to its twist?
Yes. I've got a couple examples. The Game is one of them. That's a really, really good one.
I've never heard of it.
Why am I blanking? Oh God.
Kaya, any twist
Kaya?
for you?
No, not at all.
Chat, thank you for the assist. The Mist, I think, is a really good twist movie.
Yeah, that's
Love
a really
The Mist.
depressing twist.
Yeah, but I love it. Oh, it's so good.
Why can't I think of twist? Why can't I think of anything? My brain's not working.
What kind of twist are you expecting that would have a profound impact, though?
Shutter
Like-
Island.
Like saying that twist was the best twist I've ever seen in a movie kind of impact, not like profound character impact of your personality. Just like, holy
I thought
shit.
you meant like changing your life.
No,
or
well,
something.
I mean, that's what a good twist should do. Is like have you
I got
thinking,
a
"Oh my
really,
God, how did I not see that coming?"
I got a really high one up there. Old Boy. I definitely would put there as one of the
yeah.
best twists in movies.
Yeah, that's a good twist.
Yeah, that's
Any twist. I'm talking
that's a
any
great-
twist.
That's a good
Chat.
one.
Any twists. Darth Vader being Luke's father, yes, but I wasn't born yet. I mean, you can laugh at it, but it was like up until that point probably the best twist in cinema.
Someone said Saw 1. I mean, yeah, that was a nice
Yeah.
twist, I guess.
I don't know if The Thing has a twist ending, but it has good moments of twists that I thought were extremely effective. That movie's great.
Best twists of all time movies.
Yeah, let's debate this list. Throw it up there.
Fight
Here's
Club.
a fun game. Throw that list up there, and if anyone here hasn't seen the movie, you have to guess the twist.
69 best movie plot twists.
Nice.
Visits, The Whole Truth, The Girl on the Train.
I've never
seen
heard of any of
these.
these. Yeah, what the fuck are these movies?
They're the
Fractured,
best twists.
Crazy
What?
Stupid Love. Is the a woman made
What?
this list? Hold on. We need a real list.
Damn, Kaya.
Not fucking rom-coms. The Arrival.
Oh,
What
I
was the
remember
twist in
Arrival.
Arrival? Oh,
Arrival.
no, the
Arrival was
twist
the
sucked.
alien talk. Yeah, that was the talking aliens movie.
talking and they control time through their talking or whatever.
Oh, the boy. Oh,
Boy.
it's the
I
boy.
haven't seen
I don't know what this movie is. I've never heard of it.
The twist is he's not a boy.
Don't worry, darling. Ex Machina.
Wait,
What
the
twist
Sixth
did
Sense.
that have?
Huh?
Jackson?
I was going to say the Sixth Sense.
Yeah, but that's so ubiquitous. That's like everyone's go-to twist in a movie, you know?
Because it is a twist, though.
I mean, it
the big
is, but
twist.
it's like the only good thing M. Night Shyamalan really ever did.
Well, yeah, but what's your point? It can't be a twist because it's the only good thing he's ever done.
But we got to be more interesting, because if we make a best twist of all time, everyone puts that number one. It's like, sure, fine.
Someone in chat said Twisters came out recently. There's a bunch of twists, technically. Love that.
Okay, hold on a minute. Hang on. This list is stupid. Knives Out is not a twist ending. It's a fucking murder mystery. The whole point of the ending is you solve who did it. Stupid.
Yeah. Wait, I've got one. Has anyone seen Crazy Stupid Love?
No.
No.
Technically a rom-com, but actually a great movie as well. It's a story about Steve Carell going through a divorce because his wife cheats on him or whatever, and he starts going to a bar because he's really sad and lonely, and he wants to like learn how to. Well, he just wants to drown in his sorrows. And while he's there, what's his name? Ryan Gosling shows up. He's like a bachelor. He's a very charismatic, handsome individual. He's Ryan Gosling, basically. He's playing himself. And he teaches him how to like pick up and score with women, basically. And so Steve Carell turns into like a ladies' man and is just constantly banging people. And meanwhile, their like budding bromance happens. And what's his name?
Hitch? Is this
No.
Hitch?
Crazy
Get
Stupid
to the
Love.
twist. You're just
Yeah,
telling
get
us
to the
about a
twist.
I need to
rom-com.
set
I'm
it up.
zoning out.
They're gay.
No. Not Steve Carell. Ryan Gosling starts banging some chick, and Steve Carell's like, dude, that's awesome. You keep banging her. And then the twist
What a
is it
twist.
turns, well, no, the twist is it turns out that the chick Ryan Gosling is banging is Steve Carell's daughter.
Oh.
And so there's like, their families kind of like meet up at the end. It's a great movie. You guys should
Okay.
watch it. Fantastic movie.
If you want a similar movie like that with a rom-com kind of like motivational thing, but there's no twist ending, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Have you guys seen that?
Mm-mm.
No.
I watched that recently. That movie kicks ass. I couldn't believe Ben Stiller could be in a fantastic movie for the last decade, and that movie is fucking phenomenal.
Do you not like
Highly
Dodgeball?
recommended. Decade, I said. Dodgeball's older than you think, Jackson,
Is it
unfortunately.
actually? Oh my god. That's
They have your
Yeah.
slop on here, Jackson. The Empire Strikes Back.
Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Yes, that's ultimate
Whoa!
slop. One
What's
of the best
twist
movies
of
ever
that one,
made.
Jackson? What's the twist? Guess it, guess it, guess it, guess it, guess it.
You can't call The Empire Strikes Back slop. You can't. It's one of the best movies of all time for a reason.
So, like, I've been lately trying to throw it to our chat to just, like, be like, hey, thanks for coming to the live show. I really respect you. But then one of them says The Empire Strikes Back is slop, and it's just all
None of
down
them
the
said that.
drain.
None of them said
was
that.
that
It was
Kaya?
Kaya. It was
Oh,
Kaya.
I misheard you. I'm sorry. All right, Kai, I'm quitting this show. We're done.
Chat's taking the bullet for Kaya over here.
Chad, I apologize. I misheard Jackson. I thought he was calling you out. Kaya, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? I get you don't like Star Wars, but Empire is one of the greatest films of all time. Straight up.
He watched
Perfect.
the Turkish version. He watched fucking what was the Turkish Star Wars called?
Turkish Star
I
Wars.
forgot. Yeah, I think it's literally just Turkish Star Wars. A Man from Space or something like that.
Oh, right.
He probably watched
Forget.
that version, so probably not great.
I was teasing Jackson today because I saw one of the trailers for the new Jurassic Park movie.
Oh yeah,
And it just like
Goddamn.
every franchise that Jackson loves is now slowly morphing into this one omni slop where now Jurassic Park has cutesy little sidekick dinos, you know, the like wholesome Chungosaurus is what they call it. This little thing is basically just like R2D2 but a dino essentially.
I
with
hate
shitty CGI.
So here's my review of the Jurassic Park series. Jurassic Park 1. I mean, it's one of the greatest movies of all time, undeniably so. Like, it just is. Jurassic Park 1. You can't disagree with that. No one can.
Oh, it is, for sure.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, Jurassic
Yeah.
Park 1. One of the greatest movies of all time. And that's where my love for dinosaurs and Jurassic Park started. And that's not going away. Jurassic Park 2, shit, hated it. Jurassic Park 3, underrated, love it. It's also pretty good.
Is that the gymnastics one?
No, that's Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah, 2 is one of the worst movies of all time. I can't believe it's such a nosedive of quality.
The Lost World.
Yeah, if you guys out there haven't seen Jurassic Park 2, I'll fill you in. They did that thing that Steven Spielberg was obsessed with in the 90s, which is, I'm going to get a kid with talent and have her do her talent in the movie. It was back when, like, you would bring in some kid who, like, all throughout the movies, like, look, everyone, I can rollerblade. And then they shoehorn in how good they are at rollerblading through a stupid series of events that's totally stupid. So in Jurassic Park 2, they brought in this girl who could do gymnastics. And they were like, we gotta make her do gymnastics in the movie. So she kicks a raptor in the face while doing gymnastics on parallel bars that just so happen to be in the facility for some reason. And it's one of the stupidest things ever made. That movie's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a boring movie in general. The only good scene is
they just trained the raptors, right?
Yeah, there was a fairly tense scene in Jurassic Park 2. Fairly tense, which is what Jurassic Park should be at its highest points, is a tense movie. Like, you look back at Jurassic Park 1 with the velociraptors in the kitchen, the T-Rex enclosure. There's just scenes throughout that movie that are, just filled with tension, and that's what's great about it. Jurassic Park 2, though, there was only one scene that even came close, and again, it's like the velociraptors in the tall grass field where you see them all kind of converging on the group of people running through the tall grass, escaping. I thought that scene was pretty cool. But apart from that, horrible movie, really bad. Jurassic Park 3, though, underrated. That's the one with the Spinosaurus, Andrew, the giant. It's more of like an action movie, really.
I barely remember that one.
It does have the scene where the Velociraptor talks to Alan Grant in the plane, though, where it goes, Alan. You remember that part?
3 is going to be a deep pull from my memory, man. It was a long time ago.
I think it's underrated. I think it's very cheesy and schlocky, and obviously not as good as the first one, but as far as action movie with dinosaurs go, it was fun. Jurassic World, I think, is decent. I enjoyed it.
That's the reboot one, right?
Yeah, it's the one.
It's fine.
Modern era. It's fine. It's a fine foundation. It does do the Star Wars: The Force Awakens thing, where it's basically just a retelling of the first movie, and it plays on nostalgia. Like, remember that the whole member berry stuff. But it was fine. I was like, okay, this is whatever. I'm excited to see where it goes, just like I was with The Force Awakens. And then the next one, I forgot what it's even called. Jurassic World
Rebirth.
No, that's the newest one.
Oh.
Fallen Kingdom?
No, Fallen Kingdom is the newest one. Oh,
No. Fallen Kingdom, I think, was the sequel.
Ago?
Yeah, I think that was a sequel to Jurassic World.
Wait, is there a new one now?
Yeah, there's a new. So after Fallen Kingdom, there was Dominion, and now there's a new one called Rebirth, I think. Fallen Kingdom and Dominion are both some of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, they are so fucking bad, and anyone who defends them is actually brain dead children. Like, I just do not
don't
see.
Like Chris Pratt, do you?
Yeah.
No, it's just stupid. It completed the transition into these not being dinosaurs, and they're just now generic movie monsters. Yeah, it's just so stupid.
I think, like, you're right. I'm not going to argue on that, but we have to look at it from a business perspective, because what they're doing is working and it makes sense. You know,
for sure.
When you're tooling these movies to appeal to an international billions of dollars audience these days, you kind of have to. Like, if we're looking at the top grossing films list of all time, what do we see? Fast and the Furious, superheroes, Top Gun, Jurassic Park.
I get why they do it.
It's all stuff that no matter what language you speak or what culture you're from, you can get into it. Oh, fast cars, dinosaurs, Transformers,
it's a franchise.
Giant robots.
It's not a mystery. I know why
the
entire pump out slop.
Yeah, but it's shit. It's shit to watch.
Yeah.
And also, it's just, it exists solely not for a creative intent or purpose, but to milk as much money from their audience as possible. And that's exactly why that bad CGI Protoceratops, I think it is, shows up in the new trailer. The cute little Chungosaurus, cute little guy. So that they can sell merchandise of it. It doesn't exist for any other reason, probably.
Well, show me where is the Chungosaurus? Oh, I haven't seen it.
Fuck, I don't know. What do I type in, Jackson?
Rebirth trailer. Most recent Rebirth trailer.
I mean, 3 weeks ago? I don't see it in the trailer. I just saw a clip on Twitter.
Yeah, just, I don't know. I don't know how to find it. You're asking the wrong guy. I stopped caring about Jurassic Park after Jurassic World.
Is. There it is. It's in her backpack.
Fuck. There you go. Chungosaurus. Really bad CGI. Yay. Even the backpack is CGI, which is insane.
Wow.
Boy. So cute.
Oh boy.
That's another thing. Can we have like Nuremberg trials at some point, like 50 years from now when we're all about to die? Can we like drag these people in front of a tribunal and execute them? For the way that just movie quality declined with CGI, that looks so shit. Like, you could whip up something better in Unreal Engine nowadays, for God's sake.
Well, as long as you're executing the
look
movie,
shit?
executives who are forcing the animators and stuff to work on shoestring budgets and as quickly as possible to churn out their Chungosauruses.
See,
Like, it's not
back
the
in the
animator's
day, that dinosaur would have been fully animated and
That's what I
talked
was
and
gonna
been
say.
like, "Yikes, we gotta get out of here,
Okay, well,
guys."
not that, but I was going to say, like, if it was a puppet, like an actual...
Yeah. Like, back in
Physical
the day, if
effects?
this was like during the ET era, this would have just been a guy with his arm in a puppet that, like, you know, underneath you cannot see where the backpack ends. So it would have just been some guy's arm in a dino puppet. And it would have looked 10 times better than this shit.
Oh god, that might
Even if it
actually have
was-
been cheaper to do too. Now that you
Even if
said that.
it was physical media, or sorry, physical effects, which yes, it would be better, but at the same time, there's no movie, there's no tense movie like Jurassic Park. Imagine the original Jurassic Park if the main characters had a cute little fucking, I don't know, Compsognathus, like a cute little dinosaur character that runs around behind them and follows them around the entire movie, chirping and stuff. It's not the right series. Well, it is now. It is the right series for it, but it's not the right. It shouldn't be the
They
right
took
movie for it.
the funny, like in the first one, there's that scene where that one little dino makes like cute little cooing noises, and the fat guy's like, "Oh, aren't you a cute little thing?" And then the fans come out, and the thing spits like acid in his face, right?
The
Yeah,
thing-
that's like funny because it's that's what a dino does. This isn't a cute little cuddle toy. It's a fucking dino from the prehistoric era that wants to kill you and eat you. But
Well, not
now
that
it's
one.
like
that is
Wholesome.
a herbivore. Herbivores do exist. Don't herbivore erasure, but they still wouldn't be friends. Why do people assume that like herbivores should be like friendly to humans? That's not something that's true in human history. Like rhinos don't eat meat, but they still kill a human immediately.
well, people just think of elephants. I think they just want
Yeah.
like a gentle giant. It's like, oh,
And
look at
elephants
that thing.
elephants kill people sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not
I
like
don't
this
know.
is
People-
inherently a puppy. It's dumb. Unless I guess they cross. I guess they could have crossed DNA'd because that is a theme of the series. They could have crossed DNA'd like a frog with a dog maybe, and that's what created this. I don't know. They'll make it work.
See, the main problem though, as we're getting into that slop and getting into those stupid expectations, is they're not allowed to do subtlety anymore. They're not allowed to tell a story. They just have to be spectacle.
That died.
So-
They died at the second movie.
Well, this is like every movie, but it does hit for Jurassic Park. So in the first Jurassic Park, there's a running theme of like improvisation and nature prevailing and things getting through despite obstacles. And for example, you know how there's like all the classic lines of life finds a way and all that shit.
Oh my god! If I have to hear "Life Finds a Way" another fucking time, I'm gonna blow my brains out.
They
It's said
foreshadow
so
it.
much.
They foreshadow it throughout the whole movie because, for example, the kid gets on the airplane and he has 2 female seat clasps for his seatbelt. He doesn't have a male and female seatbelt connector, but he just ties them together in a knot to work as a seatbelt. And there's all this foreshadowing that's like, look, even though all the dinosaurs are female, shit's gonna get crazy. But you know how they do that?
It's foreshadowing in that movie, but it's also character development and shows like Alan's character. How
Yes, and now you know how
resourceful
they
he
do
is.
that? You know how they
How?
do that in the modern movies, Jackson? They
How?
bring out a big dinosaur, a big one, and they have a person stand in front of it and go, "This is the biggest, most killingest dinosaur that has ever lived. It would kill all of us if it got out. It's unbeatable. It's smart as fuck. Oh, just looking at it lets me know I'm gonna die, but it's okay. He's in a cage. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Let's move on." That's the new foreshadowing.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what they
just
do in the
say
modern
things.
movies.
They say things.
It
There's nothing.
sucks.
Oh, yeah, also, they just say things outside of the movie as well. Like most of it is just marketing. Like introducing to the audience the Jokersaurus, the smartest dinosaur who's ever lived. He's also bad to the bone. He's the bad boy of the dinosaur world. He just wants to watch it burn. Do you remember that when they made that marketing push for the Jokersaurus or whatever
The
fuck it was called?
Jokersaurus, and he was like, "Why so serious?" And he broke his cage down. Yeah,
I
remember that.
I think it was Falling. No, it might have been Dominion, the most recent one.
I don't know. They all
It's
blown
so
together.
bad. It's so bad. But
They
I wanted to
really
end this
do.
in a positive note, though, because I am shitting on one of my favorite franchises. I
No,
guess
go ahead,
favorite
Kaya.
movies.
It's Kaya's turn to talk. Shut up. You're done.
I want to hear what Jackson likes.
Ah, I didn't want positivity. Okay, fine.
I was going to say, I was going to loop this around in a positive direction. for the audience out there. I still love Jurassic Park. I still love the franchise. And it's because I'm able to separate the things that I love from the 90% of it that is shit. So whenever Kaya does message me saying, haha, look at the Chungosaurus, look how cute he is, haha, because he likes watching all of my favorite franchises burned to ash. So he likes rubbing it in. But at the same time, I read it and I'm just like, I don't care. I've still got the Jurassic Park movies that I enjoy. I've still got the elements that I enjoy. I've still got the video games that I enjoy. I'm fine. I don't need another good movie. Like, it doesn't matter that much to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You can
Same with
also
Star Wars.
enjoy them for the spectacle. Like, we can admit on an intellectual or depth level these are horrible movies, but you can also go and clap your hands when you see Big Dinosaur. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just people say that they're good movies. They're not good, they're entertaining. And there's a very big difference in those words. But people conflate the two.
Depends how you define good personally.
Right.
Like, if they enjoy the entertainment aspect, then it probably is good to them. But yeah, you're more of an artistic kind of person, so you would enjoy the artistry
I've
behind
seen
filmmaking.
I've seen plenty of movies where it was like I enjoyed it. I wouldn't call it high quality or like outstanding, but I enjoyed watching it. You know, great example, Pacific Rim. I watched that for the first time a few weeks ago. It's not high art. It's not like a blow me away, my God, what an incredible movie. But I liked it from start to finish. It was entertaining. It was cool.
fun.
And the bad ones can't take away from the good. Like, people have been asking me about that Fury Road sequel, and it's kind of ass. But Fury Road is still a great movie I deeply enjoy to watch.
That's what I'm saying,
and over and over. So, can't bully me.
I'm not one of those people that things negatively take away, like bad things negatively take away from the good things. Like, even Game of Thrones, awful ending, shocking. I still enjoy the books. I still enjoy the first 4 seasons. And I guess in that way, I'm more of like a cup half full kind of guy who's just happy that he got those things in the first place. Like, they still exist.
I also think
nice.
you can enjoy the bad while acknowledging it's bad. Like, you can point at a sequel and go, oh, that's fucking stupid and that sucks. But there's sometimes where it hits the spot where it's like, but I like it, but it's dumb enough to be fun.
As has been made evident on this show a lot. You can even enjoy bad things because they are bad.
Yeah, but I like to pretend more that you genuinely, unironically like the Chungosaurus, and that
I know you do.
my friend Jackson is sitting there waiting for, like, when are they gonna put Darth Vader Saurus into Fortnite?
Yeah, as I've done many times. I don't know why you assume that of me. Or expect that of me. I've never once indicated that.
I don't know, it just amuses me. I guess it's just funny to me because it's like so obviously almost objectively bad, but you're trying to like it very hard that I just get like a shit-eating grin on my face when I message you about it.
You're conflating me, leaving open the possibility that I might enjoy something to me trying to enjoy something. I'm not. Like, it's pretty obvious that I'm not going to go into this next movie now that I've seen footage of it. I probably won't enjoy it. But at the same time, and I don't care if I don't enjoy it, or I don't care if I do enjoy it, but I'm leaving open the possibility that I might.
Well, I'm leaving open the possibility that you are going to be deeply heartbroken.
I won't.
I have
like, nothing could they could pull out Alan Grant live on stage and blow his brains out in front of me, and I don't think I would be heartbroken at this point. I'm a grown man. I think I'm fine.
Aww.
I might be traumatized in that situation, just generally, but it's not because Jurassic Park is dead or anything. I can still go home and watch my DVD of it. I'm fine.
Well, that's good.
What about you? Is there anything that, like, no, I don't think there would be anything for you like that.
Me?
Yeah,
like
where you're
what?
actually hurt if something comes out and it's bad. Like a version of it is
No,
bad.
I expect it. That's why I wasn't hurt at all when, like, I was watching I forget what it's even called. Was it Furiosa? Yeah,
the newest Mad Max
and it was just
Furiosa.
like,
yeah,
I was sitting there and okay, I have to admit, I got my hopes up maybe teeny tiny bit. I was sitting in my, seats,
I should have
popcorn
messaged
already
you.
half done, because nowadays it's like 50 minutes of ads, and I'm sitting there like, okay, bass, okay, good music so far, and then you realize, oh, that's a CGI ragdoll. Why is half of this CGI? Why is this such an obvious green screen? Oh, this sucks already. And at that point, I just accepted my fate. I was like, okay,
and
I still
Kaya,
have Fury Road.
And Kai, I'm disappointed in you, man. You'll sit in the theater and watch something you expect to be bad, but you won't take my advice and watch the original Mad Max 2, which is fucking awesome.
I don't have anything against it. I might at some point. I just didn't get around to it.
You'd
I have
love
nothing
it,
against
man.
the originals before watching. I know they have Mel Gibson, right? Was it him?
So the original trilogy, the first one, pretty boring. I think you would hate it. I appreciate the first one because I know a lot of the history behind it, but like as a movie itself, it's honestly pretty boring. And then the third one, the first half of the third one is very good, and then the second half is just kind of really stupid. They made some dumb ideas. But the second movie, Mad Max Road Warrior, is fucking awesome. It's just like Fury Road. Obviously, it was made in the early 80s, I think, so the effects aren't as big and extravagant, but car chasing, it kicks ass. The costumes kick ass. The characters kick ass. It's just more Fury Road, man. You can tell Fury Road is just a continuation of the second movie. The second movie is so goddamn good. It's fucking awesome.
If only they just continued that trend. See, now I am heartbroken. Are you happy, Jackson?
I am. Idiot. You need your Mad Max Chungosaurus.
Oh, God. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't do that.
Yeah, I hope they make a new Mad Max with a cute little, wasteland warrior kind of companion
Like
that
fucking
follows you around.
mutant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it with your next
Well,
Happy Meal.
that was literally the game. I'm sorry to tell you guys, that was literally the Mad Max video game. They did that.
There we
you
go.
guys remember?
I didn't play it.
Yeah. They made so it's not that bad, and in fact it fits the world, but Mad Max, he loses his car. He loses, as Jackson does his cocaine. Mad Max loses his car. So they take his car, and a Hobbit hunchback shows up named, what's his name? Oh, fuck. I don't remember.
George Miller.
George Lucas, actually. You were so
Ultimate.
close, Jackson. So George Lucas shows up, and he's like, I see you lost your car, Mad Max. Oh God, I gotta look this up. Chum Bucket, that's it, Chum Bucket. So a little hunchback named Chum Bucket shows up, and he's like, "Oh, you're the savior! Welcome to the wasteland. Take my car. It's great. Let's go on adventures, Max." And the whole game, he hangs out with you in the back of your car, saying like weird Mad Max quippy shit.
That's adorable.
It's not that bad. Like, they keep it very much in character and in tone with Mad Max, but it is a game where you have a plucky sidekick who says shit, so I don't know. Kaya might not want to play it. I don't think he'd like it.
No, I doubt it. No, I mean, Jackson's right. Unfortunately, I have like zero expectations. But on the bright side, when something does rock, I am very positively surprised.
Like Elden Ring.
Like Elden Ring, yeah. Which, never give it a chance. Well, I did give it a chance, but never stuck with it. But when I finally did, it turns out this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, and that came to my mind immediately because I think it's the only thing I've known you to enjoy in the last 10 years of knowing you. So
it's not true. I like Worms Armageddon. I like
but that's stuff from your fucking childhood. Talking about new media. I don't think
John
there's
Wick.
anything. John Wick was before we knew each other.
Oh, sorry. I guess my life doesn't count before you.
It doesn't exist before then, no.
What?
I created you. No,
worms.
Okay. For some more positivity, did you guys see anything from the, I guess, not E3 in the past, 2 weeks? I think there were a bunch of events happened. Did you guys see anything
Summer
that
Games
excited you?
Fest
Yeah, that
and
whole shit.
Sony State of Play are the two I know about.
Yeah, anything that excited you?
I'm scrolling my phone. I wrote down one that I want. Stall. Oh, yeah, I remembered. The Yakuza team is making a new 1920s industrial period kick-ass kung fu inspired game called Stranger Than Heaven, and the trailer looks fucking awesome, and it's made by the Yakuza team, meaning it's going to be good by default. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it does look good. It's still crazy that they're able to churn out these games so quickly.
Yeah, it's very much got that look of 70s and 80s kung fu movies you would see, where they set it in the 1910s or 20s, like streetcars going around, and it looks so cool.
Before and after World War II, right?
So World War One, I think, was already over, but World War II didn't start till like 38. So
yeah. Okay.
But that kind of middle period, like Industrial Revolution period.
Yeah, Industrial Revolution.
No. Sorry. Roaring 20s period is what I mean. The kind of flapper girls and excess and going nuts.
Yeah, but it's set in Japan, isn't it?
I believe it's set in China.
Oh, okay.
Not sure, to be honest. Might be Japan. Not sure. Really not sure.
Yeah, but it looks great. Very excited to see their take on it. My pick for the best, and this will make Kaya very happy, is the next Jurassic World Evolution game. It's like a park building simulation game, kind of like Zoo Tycoon, I guess you could call it, from back in the day. Third one of that. I really love the second
Jackson,
game.
You liked those before we met. Isn't there anything new?
Not true. Jurassic World Evolution. No, they came out after the show started, so I knew you.
No.
Checkmate, bitch.
But the franchise, you liked the franchise before we met, so fuck you. Doesn't count.
Yeah, okay, sure. The second one was fantastic. Loved it. Didn't like the first one, but the second one was fantastic. So this is a continuation. And to go along with the baby Chungosauruses, they've added dinosaur fucking. Like they can breed now.
I'm in.
Make small baby dinosaurs. No, they couldn't breed before, but now they can. So that's cool.
And it's going to be mere minutes until someone makes a mod to make them anatomically correct and go, oh, I'm just doing it for authenticity. Totally, just to be authentic.
You reckon someone will mod in actual dinosaur sex scenes?
Let me put it this way. What game was that? Was it Skyrim? I think Skyrim had a big controversial mod where some guy was like, okay, I added genitals to the horses. Here's their big floppy horse cock and horse pussy.
No, that was the Red Dead Redemption 2 development team. They just did that for fun.
They did it for fun because they were inspired. But there was some mod, I want to say it was Skyrim, and he was like, yeah, I did all that. And then the comments were like, wow, these are extremely detailed. You sure this was for authenticity? And he went on this breakdown where he was like, I'm so tired of playing fantasy games that are immersive but don't include details. They don't like know the world is alive and would have these things. And it's like, okay, I get it, but boy, you went overboard making this realistic. Wowie.
We need horse pussy modeled in 3D.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, cool game. Kaya, anything from you? I doubt you watched it, right?
No, I have no. I was trying to look up where, like, what do I type in to see what games were announced?
There were a bunch of different events. There was a Sony one.
State of Play and Summer Games Fest are the name of the two things that happened.
Give me like a list and I'll tell you. Oh, I know that somebody tagged me saying Don't Nod announced a new game. The people that made Life is Strange, and I said I'm not falling for that again. Those guys are a one-hit wonder.
It was like a space game. It looked weird.
Yeah, well, apparently it's funded by the European Space Agency, which I didn't even know that the Europeans have a space program whatsoever, which is like cute because I guess, instead of colonizing Mars, they fund gay little video games. But like, I'm not playing another Don't Nod game. Ever since Life is Strange 2, they peaked. They were a one-hit wonder. That was it. Every game since has sucked and has been a waste of my money and time.
Well, that was positive.
Guys. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Screw you, Don't Nod. I want my money back.
I think my problem is with all these, I don't watch any of these shows anymore. I just read the articles after and click into what games interest me. But the problem is, like, trailers don't work for me on games. Because show me the game. Show me the gameplay.
The trailers don't necessarily work for me. It's more so the announcement that something is coming. Something that I want is coming, I guess. Like I was going to say if a new Halo was announced, then I would be interested, but probably not inherently interested.
But it's still
like
the
event.
Reputation, It's just, to me, it's like, okay, I'll give you a good example. I'll give you a specific example. They announced a new Resident Evil 9, and everyone's very, very excited. But my response is, you really thought they'd stop? Like what gave you an indication they wouldn't
still
make another one?
Though I get it. Like if you love the series and you now know what the title is and kind of like the theme and stuff, then it's exciting.
But then we're back to if it's good, I'm gonna buy it no matter what. I don't need to see trailers. I'm gonna experience it regardless.
But it's just fun. It's just fun. People have fun with it. It's just what it is.
We have this discussion every E3 and State of Play and everything where Kaya and I are cynical and old and withering to dust, and you come in with joy and exuberance, and we hate it.
Yeah,
this happens every time.
That's just the show in general, actually.
Clarification, I'm only cynical about Don't Nod. That's it.
No.
Oh, yeah?
What the fuck? That's not even remotely
No, hang on.
true.
I'm
What
pulling
the
out.
fuck?
I'm pulling out my little game show host quiz card. Kaya, without looking, name a single game from these events you're excited for. Go.
I don't know what got announced. That's the thing. I don't know. Name one.
Resident Evil 9.
Sure, I might try it.
Okay. Well, there you go, Jackson. You're an idiot. You were wrong. See, moron.
I mean, if it's like the last ones, I didn't hate them. I only disliked playing them on stream because people get super belligerent if you can't solve a puzzle immediately. But the game itself wasn't like bad.
I think
I
every
hate that
one of
shit.
them is fun for different reasons and different levels of quality. Like some are amazing, some are okay, but it's a consistent series.
I don't know about that. I remember the one. Which one has the logo that looks like a giraffe getting a blowjob? I remember that
That's
one being bad.
6, and 6 is the, if you will, the final destination of the series because it is not great, but it is hysterical and very over the top and fucking dumb. It's enjoyable. It's not good, but it's definitely an entertaining game.
Yeah, I remember looking at it and thinking it looked stupid, but maybe if you're already a fan of the series by that point, it's just fun. I don't know.
I know who's cynical.
I'm saying I don't know. I've never played it. I've never played 6, and I've never really played the Resident Evil series other than 2 remake and
Wait,
I
really?
thought you
7.
played the last 2. Yeah,
No, I
You're
played
missing out.
I played 7. I played a bit of Village, didn't really like it.
Nah, Village
was
is
it one after that?
mediocre. There's none after that, I don't think. I think
Village is the
Village
most
had like
recent?
6. I think Village had like 6 different DLCs.
Which one's
Yeah,
the one
right.
with the Hicks?
Oh, I'm an idiot. The Resident Evil 4 remake was after Village. That's
Yeah,
right.
I didn't bother playing that.
No, that was great. You missed out. No, Resident Evil, I am shocked, Jackson. There's a lot of them, and most of them are good. It's a very consistent franchise.
Yeah, but it came out at like the series started coming out when I was like literally a 8-year-old who was too scared like you were of horror. So
You know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? Remember I told you that those movies were one of the things that scared me and other stuff? You know, when I said when games are dark, my cousin used to play Resident Evil 2 on the PS1, and that game scared the shit out of me, and yet I'm still playing the franchise. What does that say about us, Jackson? What does that say about me compared to you?
Yeah, you're a man. I don't know. What do you want me to say? A big, strong man who protects me.
I'm shocked you haven't played them because not only is there a bunch and they're good, but like a lot of them are different. Like they play very different from each other for the most part. You've got to find at least one that you like. It's nuts.
I enjoyed 2 remake. I enjoyed it. It's just
Yeah, it's a great game.
and the haunted house one. I forget what it's called.
7.
Yeah, it might
7
be
is overall good. It's a little. I think the problem with 7
the
is
one
that.
where you're stuck in the house with the Hicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 7. 7's problem I had is I didn't want to replay it. Like I felt once I beat it, I just said I'm never playing this again because it felt like tense but frustrating tense. If that makes sense, like kind of just like, oh, thank God that's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was no real desire to replay it for me either.
Exactly,
But more so just
yeah.
because I already knew everything that happened. Like, I don't really replay games.
He says, looking at Mass Effect and sweating.
Oh, yeah, Mass Effect. Well, that's a game where different things do happen depending on what you do. So,
Well, that's another reason I was surprised at your top 10 games list because a lot of your entries were games I feel like I'd only ever be able to play once and then never again.
Mass Effect was on that list.
But like Talos Principle, I don't think you could ever replay that again and get remotely the same experience.
No, you can definitely complete that. And then it's a puzzle game, though. So, like, once you go back, you already know the solutions to the puzzles. So
Yeah.
what's the point?
Yeah.
That's puzzle games in general, though. There's no real puzzle game that's replayable.
Unless it's RNG, like Tetris is replayable, but does that
I
count?
don't really count that as puzzle game. I guess you could, though.
Right.
Yeah, so I had a list of things that I wanted to see from the conferences. There were none of my things that I wanted to see
You
were
don't
shown
like
at any of the
Sonic
conferences.
Racing?
You
Yeah.
lost bingo?
So the entire event for me was pretty sad. Not sad, but like nothing really happened for me.
Yeah.
Other than the Jurassic World Evolution 3 gameplay. But I
I
knew that was
think
coming.
we are due in for a large-scale gaming crash. I think the Nintendo Switch 2 is also alongside that idea because the Switch 2 is now out, and what's on it? Mario Kart, the end. How much does it cost? $80. the end, and like you factor that in with, I think hype is just overall dying for this kind of stuff. You know, people aren't getting as tuned into all these big releases and conferences and whatnot. It's more so people go online, they find a streamer of their choice or a news platform of their choice, like the Steam front page or whatever, and they just play what the current hotness is or what their friends are into. And that's as far as the hype goes. You know, I think these big publications and big launches are just not going to be a thing. But at the same time,
the PlayStation event apparently hit record numbers for people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
I'm kind of surprised.
But I think no, there's so many people watching it. But there's after the COVID, remember the market itself, the game market exploded during COVID because everyone was inside or whatever. So it exploded then, and now it's kind of like going back to normal. So it feels like it's decreasing, which it is technically decreasing from COVID levels, which is why we're getting so many layoffs and price increases, things like that. But I don't think it'll like plummet or anything. It won't be like a video game crash. It'll just be more like resetting, re-breaking the bones to get back into normal condition, basically.
That's what I think of when I think Nintendo, shattering my bones and forming them stronger.
Yeah, well, we can end this episode here and go chat about the Nintendo Switch 2 and the After Dark. So we're going to end right here. Big thank you for everyone at home listening. You can head on over to official.men for a 7-day free trial to our membership service. You get a bunch of free access, free early access. Why am I saying free? It's not free. You're getting 7-day free trial to early access to episodes. I'm having a stroke. Early access to episodes, as well as bonus content, After Darks, which are full-size episodes of the official podcast on the platform, as well as other stuff like Red Thread Early Access, Criminally Stupid Early Access each week. You get about 4 shows each week. So highly recommend it. It's $5 a month, but you get a 7-day free trial right now at official.men or patreon.com/theofficialpodcast if you want to listen over there. I actually just released a new series with myself, my Australian friend and co-host of Red Thread, Jordan, Friendly Geordies, as well as another Australian friend named Connor. We're watching bad movies and basically comparing them to each other and choosing which one is worse out of the 2 bad movies, randomly selected by a random wheel. So you can go watch that over on the platforms. Tell us what you think. It's Patreon and official.men exclusive at the moment. So go check it over there. Let me know what you think. Would love to hear feedback on that one. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
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 Get the Chungosaurus plushie.